Oh, hey everyone. It's Ryan live from Unbound Vision. Today is January 1st of 2008. So welcome to the new year. You may notice I don't have I have nothing in my hands this time, right? I don't have the little recording device for our voice acting. It's actually over here on this side. It's on my left side right here. I just had it set up on a tripod. Hopefully that works out okay. But the purpose of this video is that I just want to thank all of you guys so much for your amazing support. It's made such a big difference in terms of just escalating everything we've been moving towards. And for our presentation to Coliseum, I can tell you right now, we will not have the trailer done. We'll have a kind of a preview to show you, but we will not have the trailer done. We'll be showing you our progress on the show, and that's it. And maybe a few other things, and you can also ask us questions, but we can't reveal all of our secrets at this moment. There's a lot of things under development right now. They're super secret developments, and oh god, they're freaking phenomenal. And the animation's coming out really nicely too. It is our first, I guess, our first approach towards animation in terms of our style, and we are animating in Photoshop, so we'll see how that turns out. It should be pretty good though. Should be pretty good for our first outing, and I think once we get to the first episode or our pilot episode, things will be much, much better because once we get this trailer done, we'll basically have our entire process set up, except we might have a better animation program, for example, right? We might not be using Photoshop anymore. I'm thinking like maybe we could use something like TV Paint animation. I'd like to try something like that because that fits our style better because I don't want to ramble. I mean, I just want to give you guys a little heads up of where we're going. Like I would use TV Paint animation because I like the drawing style in that program. It's more pixel based. It's not vector based because vector based programs they tend to correct and autocorrect your lines and that gets really kind of irritating to me especially because I want every single line to be, exactly how I drew it, not auto-corrected because it just looks really weird and I have to go back in and correct it myself. I'm like, ah. And then the artists appreciate it too because it forces them to get really good and get really skilled because every single line that you see on the screen is done by hand. There's no correction, there's no fixing. It's just they just straight up drew it. So it's kind of a nice raw detail in terms of our animation process, in terms of our drawing process in particular. So we don't do like any stuff like symbols. We don't do like shortcuts like tweening. We just don't do that kind of stuff. We like to do things by hand as much as possible, unless of course it's like special effects, because there's not much we can do with that. But we probably will do special effects by hand in terms of the actual animation, like for smoke, debris. I mean that wouldn't be too hard. Just require some extra painting, some extra, um, yeah, it just requires some extra paint strokes. But anyways, getting to the main topic of this video, I have an entire list for our patrons who are supporting us on Patreon. And by the way, if you want to come support us on Patreon, I would highly recommend it because you can't beat our price. Our price is freaking phenomenal for what we're offering, and it's an amazing long-term investment. Like if you go to our hero tier, if you even just want to support us, the best thing we have right now is the hero tier, which is a $5 tier. You just pay $5 a month for our membership, and what you get for that membership is you get access to our Patreon page, you get all the full resolution webcomics, we just send them straight to you, and you get our secret exclusive artwork for the actual show for TAKESHI, our dark superhero story set in Osaka, Japan. So you get the actual artwork for that show, and it's not shown to anyone else. It's only shown to you guys because you're patrons and you're supporting us on Patreon. Plus, you're getting more concept art, more artwork in general as we progress with the show. So it's really an amazing long-term investment. And we just want to make sure the cost is fair. Like we're not going to do something like charge you guys 15 to 20 bucks a month for our first tier because that just I know there are tiers that do that, but to me it just seems ridiculous because we you would pay that much for like World of Warcraft. I didn't really find that much value. I mean, I'm probably gonna get a lot of flags for this, but I didn't find much value paying 15 bucks for like World of Warcraft, even though it was kind of fun. I would have paid more like 5, 10 bucks maybe. Um, but yeah, I mean, part of the reason why we like to keep our costs down in terms of our Patreon is just so we know we aren't making you guys financially hurt because I know what it feels like to be there. It sucks. So every time we make a new tier, we make sure the price is always fair. It doesn't have to be the highest price. It doesn't have to be the lowest price. It just has to be fair. It has to be something that we'd be willing to pay for ourselves, and we do. Um, but let's see. God, oh my God, we're already 5 minutes into this video. Like, as you can tell, this is non-scripted. So let me get to our Patreon patron list. And if you want to support us, I mean, we have tons of links, but it's patreon.com/unboundvision. So if you want to come support us on Patreon, receive exclusive artwork, support the show, see the show come to life, help us out, and get your name mentioned on videos and after episodes. That's also another perk for that tier. I mean, if you actually go to the website for Patreon, you'll see all the benefits you guys will get. It's pretty freaking phenomenal. But yeah, let me go ahead and get to this list of all of our current patrons, and I'm going to thank every single one of you guys one by one. And if I butcher your name, I am very sorry. I mean, there's only a couple of names in here that might tongue tie me. So, let's get to it. So, I'd like to thank Chad Brown. Thank you, buddy. I'd like to thank my brother, Byron Lai. I'd like to thank Isaac Park. I'd also like to thank Jonathan Hong, Lance King, Samuel Thacker, Koyuki Koyuki Kuroya, Colin Deniston, Wendy and Lucy, Dread Files, Mark Snyder, Zach Shields, Caesar Lashika III. Oh, that's very regal, man. Okay. Enoch Park, Jonathan Liu, Corey Shenfield, Isla Charlie, Yachts Kamal Is that how you say that, Yachts? Yachts Kamal Yachts Kamal. You can correct me. You can correct me in the comment. That's okay. That's uh, Rebecca A. Swenson, Alex Vong, Wei Wong, Zuzu Miranda, Chastity Connor, and, well, this one's the toughest one. Sorry, Cigar. Cigar Brahmarakshas. Did I say that right? Cigar Brahmarakshas. And yeah, that's it for our patron list. I think there's like 24 people on there right now. But that's pretty good for just, the past couple months. So yeah, guys, thank you so much. I mean, we're just getting started. Your investment's going to be your money's going to be put to very good use. Trust. Oh, wow, this video got blurry. Can you see me? Oh, there we go. Yeah, so again, your investment is going to be put towards very good use. We're using it to pay our staff, to purchase more equipment in the future, especially. And we also use it to donate to certain causes too. Like, I believe before this year ended, we donated to the Alumni Association at Cal State Northridge, which is where we all came from. We also donated to the Lupus Foundation for lupus treatment. And we donated to, gosh, there's like, how many places was there? Well, the most notable one I know so far is that we donated to the V Foundation for Cancer Research. I'm a pretty big advocate in terms of that. And if we get more funding by next year, we can donate more next year. So that'll be really nice. And we can pay our workers more next year, which would be really cool too. Okay. Oh, and okay, so now I'm going to get to our thank you list for our teammates. And I should not butcher these names because I know these names pretty well. So I'd like to thank our production manager, Chris Mazumder. Thank you, Chris, for being, whoa, video got blurry. Thank you, Chris, for being such a staunch advocate of our show and being, one of our major backers. And basically, Chris Mazumder is the one who basically quality checks our show and makes sure that there's no, plot holes in terms of our plot. He sets our calendar. He makes sure that we're basically on course, which we pretty much are. And he also sets realistic deadlines for us because sometimes I'm too gung-ho in terms of like, oh, let's get it done by this time. And Chris will come up to me and say like, no. Like, we're not going to get it done. We're not going to get it done, man. You got to have like at least a couple more months or something because it's just going to take forever. And, I learned that lesson the hard way. And I'm still learning that lesson. But, sometimes I just like to set really crazy deadlines. So thank you, Chris, for everything you've done. And I'd like to thank Jamie Jovel, our veteran volunteer artist. She has done a tremendous amount of work on the show, especially in our early stages. She was working on backgrounds, she was working on characters, she was working on, she was working on a lot of stuff, but mostly backgrounds, mostly characters, and she helped out with our scripts, and she also, right now, is our current storyboard artist, aside from myself. So thank you very much, Jamie, for all your contributions. And I'd also like to thank our veteran volunteer artist, Crystal Becerra. She's been on the show also for a long time. She's done an assortment of stuff. She's done mostly backgrounds, and she has done a lot of animation for our show too. And she has been with us almost as long as Jamie. So, Crystal, thank you so much for all you've done. And I'd also like to thank Jamie Decker, one of our recently added volunteer artists. Jamie Decker has been instrumental in pushing the art design of our show, and in terms of our character designs, she's also helped us out on quite a few different things in terms of our trailer for our show, like spiffing up our current background. So if you guys are patrons, you'll notice the backgrounds look way nicer than anything that we presented online, and you can thank Jamie Decker for that, because she basically took our base designs and she spiffed them up. So yeah, if you know who to thank. So Jamie Decker, thank you so much for everything you've done. And I'd also like to thank Rene Sordo. He has recently joined the team as a new volunteer artist. Rene Sordo is working as an animator with us, and he's done some really good work. I'm really proud of the work he's done. Like he's carried a lot of the scenes for the trailer, so I'm like, oh my gosh. So he's been a really nice power hitter in terms of our animation. So it's been very, very helpful. Actually, every single member on my team has been a super power hitter. It's been absolutely crazy. Like they're like all super soldiers. And next, I'd like to thank Lauren Pham, our music artist. Lauren has made some absolutely wonderful music for our trailer for the series, and I would very much like to have her work on some more music for our first episode, which will be worked on within this coming year. Or I should say within this year. We already are in the year. I would like to thank Gary Dilsizian. Did I say that right? Gary Dilsizian. There we go. I'd like to thank Gary Dilsizian. He's provided a lot of voice acting for our show in terms of our trailer especially, and we're going to definitely need much more of his services in the future in terms of our first episode and more episodes to come. So Gary, thank you so much. And I'd also like to thank Jodie Singleton, who has also been a voice actor for our show. We're definitely gonna need her back for the next episodes. And I'd also like to thank Herman Nahapeshin, who is our current IT specialist. Like without him, a lot of these computers would not be functioning correctly. So Herman, thank you very much for all your services. It's helped out a lot. And last but not least, I'd like to thank my dad, because without my dad, none of this would have been possible. Like he's helping support this whole studio and show. I mean, this whole house was converted into a studio. Like you guys only see this room, but there's like 2 or 3 other rooms outside of here that are already like fully outfitted for more artists to work on. Like this is only like I like to say only the tip of the iceberg basically. But yeah, guys, I mean that's it. And I'd like to thank you guys, all of our supporters, because without your support, it'd be boring. I mean, we'd still be doing it, but without it, it'd just be boring. It'd just be like us admiring our own work. But now we have you guys also admiring our work too, so that really helps and really motivates us, and it makes us really happy too. Like, yeah, if things definitely went downhill, I'd still be working on it for sure. But having all your guys' support makes an enormous difference. Like it really boosts the morale of the team and me especially. So thank you so much for being honest with this journey, guys. It's been a really crazy road, all things considered, and we're just getting started. It's only been like a year and a half that this studio has been in existence. We've got like another, I don't know, like 8.5 years before like we can say if this studio is super successful or not. Like it's only been a year and a half. Like maybe after 5 years we'll have a better milestone to check. Like, did we do really well or did we not do really well? looking back, we seem to do pretty good for our year and a half. I mean, we did a bunch of webcomics. We did a lot of art for our trailer and for our show in particular. We made so much freaking progress. Went through a lot of painful struggle, and yeah, so far it's been worth it, you know. And I've been pretty healthy, as you can see from me. Like I haven't had time to shave or look nice or anything because I've just been working nonstop, except for Tuesdays because Tuesdays are my day off. But within the past several months, I haven't been taking like any days off, so it's just been absolutely freaking nuts. But in this month, I decided to take Tuesdays off for myself, so it's helped. It's helped a little bit. Um, Let me see. Hang on. I'm just gonna check the recorder. Oh no! Oh no! The recorder went off. Okay, well that's not good. I guess the recorder already ran out of batteries. So you guys are just gonna be getting this raw video. You guys are just gonna be getting this raw video. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. Well, so if you're wondering why the audio quality for this video is not that great, it's because the batteries for this one ran out. I should have changed the batteries. I'm sorry. But yeah, thank you again. Thank you so much again, guys. It's been really nice journey, and it is always an honor to have you with us. And please do come support us on Patreon. If you really like our show, if you really like our art and what we do, and you want to see Takeshi, our anime web series, come to life, come support us on Patreon. Our link is patreon.com/Unbound Vision. I'll probably leave a link in the video so you guys can go to it. But yeah, um, thanks. And this is the new year. This video is going on way too long. This is a new year, so I hope you guys have an amazing new year. I don't know what your resolutions are. You can tell me. Like maybe it's something crazy, maybe it's something just small. I mean, I don't think I have any New Year's resolution. I'm just gonna keep plowing forward, and hopefully we'll release the trailer by the end of this year. If anything, I would like to release it earlier in the early first quarter of this year, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, it depends on our quality control to make sure, it's exactly the way we want to present it. It's not going to be perfect, but we want to make sure that it's at least good. Yeah, and that's it. This has been a super long video. I'm sure you guys have better things to do on your New Year's. Take care. Stay inspired. Bye.